Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Anne Nwawadu. We begin in South Africa, where workers at the South African Airways have downed tools as they begin what is described as the mother of all strikes over wages and job cuts. In the run-up to today's industrial action, the Airways also announced the cancellation of all domestic and international flights for the weekend. The Airways is at loggerheads with unions, including NOMSA and the SA Cabin Crew Association. The dispute is over wages, with workers demanding an 8% salary hike, while the airline is offering 5.9%. The impasse is also over plans by SAA to restructure the airline, a move that will see at least 900 jobs shedded.
The South African Airways is reeling as its workers embark on a shutdown of services at the airline's major airports. Thousands of workers have taken to the streets in protest over developments at the airline that will directly affect their livelihood. Marathon meetings have failed to yield any positive results, with Workers' Union, the South African Cabin Crew Association, accusing the airline of negotiating in bad faith. SACA Deputy President Christopher Shabangu says the airline can't continue in its current form.
It must be understood that we're not here so that the airline can close down. We're trying to keep the airline open. Our strike is about taking out the people that are corrupt in the airline. And if we take those people out, we believe this airline is going to be self-sustain itself.
Some passengers have been left with mixed reactions over the downing of tools by SAA workers.
I've just landed about half an hour, but I had no idea that the flights were cancelled or anything like that. I need them to give me the next available flight. I don't mind, I don't care about which airline, but I need to go to Gaborone.
Yeah, no stress. Happy overall because our flight's only an hour later, so I think we're lucky because there was more flights going to Namibia. So.
SAA spokesperson Tladi says contingency plans have been put in place to help passengers that may find themselves stranded due to the cancellation of flights. The airline has made an announcement of impending restructuring process. This has added to further dissatisfaction by workers, with a move set to have the potential of shedding at least 900 jobs.
It's either now or never. This is the time that we feel we want to save this airline, and this is the time to do it. So we're also not backing down. SAA is not in the stage because of the workers. It is in the stage because of the decisions that are made.
On an ordinary day, these terminals would be a buzz of activity, while workers belonging to NUMSA and SACA have vowed to continue with the strike action until their demands are met.
And talking about that job shed and the impasse, President Cyril Ramaphosa has asked the national carrier South Africa Airways to resolve the industrial dispute with its workers that has led to the grounding of all its planes. President Ramaphosa says that the strike is a labor relation issue that should not cause panic, even as passengers are reported to have been stranded at the country's main airport. He says the airline's management should come up with a solution to end the strike that has already started. Now let's stay with South Africa. The police in the administrative capital of Pretoria have started removing refugees who had camped outside the office of the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR. On Wednesday this week, a court order was granted instructing the 300 refugees camping there since October the 7th to vacate the area within 3 days. The refugees have been demanding to be sent to other countries because they fear xenophobic violence in South Africa. South Africa Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi told Parliament that the refugees had refused to be taken to their countries of origin.
After about 6 weeks of negotiations, including interventions from government authorities, as well as the UN High Commissioner for Refugees himself, Filippo Grandi, these refugees that you see here from different countries, including the DRC, have insisted on staying put here or be taken out of South Africa to a different country, not to their home country. This hasn't quite worked out, and their sit-in has been brought to an end by a court order granted to the people who own premises here. The eviction operation was violent earlier this morning, leaving some police officers and evictees hurt.
They didn't say anything, just they come in. They start snacking our boys. Then The married people were fighting for their men.
We came here as the police, obviously, to come and execute our mandate, but we were met with resistance where we were pelted with objects, and there were dangerous weapons that our police even seized from some of these people. We've had 4 of our members treated for serious injuries. So we didn't expect that kind of a resistance. However, we were able to contain the situation. So we have made these arrests, and we've taken in quite a number of them.
6 weeks of living and sleeping on the streets must have taken its toll on many of these refugees who say they have fled their homes in South Africa over repeated xenophobic attacks. This woman and her 5 children are among them. She wants to leave the country, but not to the DRC, her home country. The story is the same for Olivia Mugisha.
We want to come out of South Africa, and we don't want to go home because home, others we are wanted home.
So if there is no country to take you, South Africa has offered some safe places. Why didn't you take it?
We can't trust them. You know, somebody, if he has lost the trust in you, he cannot be safe. The third thing, I must be safe inside me. Then outside, it will be protected.
For now, the refugees have been removed from the streets of Brooklyn. The men to Attridgeville police station still in Pretoria, and the women and children to a separate place still in Brooklyn.
Well, because they are being arrested, they will be taken to Brooklyn Police Station. However, because of the big numbers, that's what I was going to say, that because of the big numbers, we won't be able to accommodate everyone. So we've made arrangements for nearby police station. But I must hasten to clarify also that we have children with them, we have mothers of those children. So we have made arrangements with the Department of Social Development as well, who will assist us to remove them and take them to places of safety.
Hopefully, a middle ground solution will be accepted by all those affected soon. From Pretoria, South Africa, Betsy Dibia, Channels Television News.